So do we want to talk about World of Warcraft today?
Do we have to?
Is there anything to talk about?
3, 2, 1.
Prepare for battle, we're diving into a world unknown where legends begin. Jim, Christine, and Brian guiding the way. In Azeroth we'll conquer, there's no time to delay. Server restarted, we're ready to play. Join us now as we fight day after day. From dungeons to raids, we'll conquer it all. In the world of Warcraft, we'll never fall. Server restarted,
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started then. So, welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It's used to be weekly World of Warcraft podcast, hosted by three opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jun. I'm joined by Kristen
Hello.
and Brian,
Hello.
and we're back. Nobody's dead.
Yay. Yay.
Nobody's
It's-
dead. That's
Hey,
wow.
when you don't look, I haven't even been posting anything saying, nope, nothing coming out this thing. So everything kind of went dead. So I don't know if people out there are just like, did they die? Because I mean,
Nobody's
radio
dead.
silence. So sorry about that. That will probably just continue.
We were working on the holiday special.
That will
yeah, working on the holiday special,
that
quote
will
unquote.
probably continue to happen. He said.
Oh no, I guarantee you, it's like I will be bad about updating. You know, in the event that something comes up and we don't get a chance to record, we try to do it every week.
But it's the holidays.
It's the
so.
end of the year. Yep.
Yeah.
For especially in the U.S. You know, like we had Thanksgiving at the end of November, and then once Thanksgiving hits in the U.S., everybody just kind of goes into an end of the year
Coma.
Yeah, an end of the year funk. Nobody wants to. It's like you know that there's only like 3 to 4 weeks before Christmas, and then everybody's off for a while. So everybody just kind of gets in a slump. So
Yeah.
you got things going on with family, and work gets weird, and all kinds of shit. So I mean, it's
Work
just
gets weird.
it does. You know, you get things that pop up, and you know, either people start taking off, and you have to start fixing other problems. Things just go wrong, and nobody's around to help fix them, and it's I don't know. Things are just messed up.
Yee.
So, but we're still alive, still wanting to do this. Some of us are still playing World of Warcraft. It's spoiler, it's me.
It's shocker. I mean,
That's
to
not
be
fair. I want to play.
Well, I know you had school, and
Yeah.
then you had other things going on, Brian, and stuff like that. It's like I get it.
Yeah.
It's
This-
just
No excuse.
we
No
got
excuse.
a lot of people that we play with have kind of like
falling off a little.
yeah, you know, it's that time of year. It's
Yes.
like people get. I don't know if it's burnout or if it's just
I think
nothing really keeps people.
I think it's hard because people have
I mean, we're in the slump, right? We are actually technically in the slump. We're on the downhill to the what? 0.1 at some
0.07.
point. Well, yes, but like that midway point ish of to the 0.1 patch, right? That will bring us bigger content.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna get more
Um,
bigger content.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
we're almost
11
4
point-
months into the expansion
Yeah,
this far. So
11.1 is like the next big patch, right? Like the next part of the story.
Oh.
Now 11.07, which is coming out in like 5 days, is gonna be like a mini content update. It's kind of like a new small zone, that Siren Isle and stuff like that. It's kind of like the Forbidden Reach stuff with the Drakthir. You know, it's gonna have like events in the thing. It's gonna have that stupid ring.
Oh no, that's right. They're doing a ring again. Ugh,
ring-a-ling-ling.
I hate that so much. We're not
Did
going to
you
have
read
borrowed
something
power,
about-
but let us add in borrowed power. You know. Sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
Like, no, you're fine. That this used to be like a BFA,
it was
or-
an abandoned map for BFA because it's an Azurite mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like the island has an Azurite mine on it. It still does. It has an abandoned Azurite mine on it, but like I think they changed it a little.
We're gonna
bit.
get an abandoned Azurite ring. Is that what's going on? Is that
No.
is that what's happening?
I mean,
Because we're not gonna do borrowed power anymore because we know you hate it. But here you go. Have some more borrowed power.
I don't think it is. It's upgradable, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
It's not that far
upgradable
off.
past this expansion? Like,
no.
That's-
What?
the expansion or past the patch.
either or. Like,
I mean, no gear is upgradable past the expansion. I mean, they
yeah,
like
but
the
it's
whole
still, they're
upgrade
putting power into a gear item and not into the characters or the class.
right.
So it's borrowed power.
The ring is, it's gonna have like the slots in it where you can get the stuff, and I don't know how long that's gonna be. Like the thing you got from, I think was it a trinket in Forbidden Reach, or was it?
No,
a ring?
it was a ring.
Yeah, and you had to make the gemstones that gave
Yeah.
you like the different powers and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's exactly the same fucking thing,
Yep. It's fucking
just
terrible.
just slightly different
Fucking
and
terrible.
stuff like that. So, and it's just kind of like,
Just like the rings that they make that are overpowered that you spend the entire expansion getting, or you get at the beginning of the expansion and then you don't ever upgrade that ring again, feels bad.
Mm.
It feels terrible. Like,
Yeah.
I hate it. You know? It's like, it's just frustrating.
yeah, I don't like the idea of having stuff like that, especially if it's only going to be related to doing content on that island.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, if it's there just to be catch up stuff to kind of get you started for the next thing, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be fucking like a must have
Yes.
kind of thing, yeah, and stuff like that. And it's like just putting it in there just for something to do. That's not good content.
No. It's busy work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like busy work in any part of my life, you know? So it's like game.
It's funny because the pictures just scream BFA.
Well, yeah, that's
interesting.
because it's the assets from it, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, whatever. It's probably not going to be that good, and maybe they'll realize it, and maybe not do it ever again.
Well, 0.1 isn't that far away though, right? Like it's
I'd have to look at the
January,
timeline.
February.
Maybe that seems
Can't
awful
imagine it.
weird to have something like this.
I can't imagine that it would be fucking January. That'd be too close, especially with the holidays and stuff.
Let's look at the 2025
February.
roadmap. So 11.1 is, it looks like end of winter, beginning of spring.
Oh shit! Well, that's like March, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But Plunderstorm's going in
Oh,
in
yeah.
the beginning of January, and you're able to queue for it inside the game. You don't have to launch it separate. It's not a separate like screen login screen.
Mm-hmm.
They're adding that into it. So plus that's gonna have the whatchamacallit, the ability to earn the stuff and then buy what you want as opposed to the renown track like it was last time. So I mean, you know, yeah, 11.1's coming a little bit later and stuff like that. So
Huh.
but what else we got coming with this? They're adding in ear customizations for humans and Kultirans.
Ear customizations?
Yes, because there's that fucking character in Hollowfell that has the pointy ears, and it's like the half elf thing. So they're adding that stuff in.
What?
Did you not do that quest? When you
had
first
to.
come
It's
into
part of the
Hollowfell,
story.
you can ask her
I mean,
about
that's
her.
fine.
You can
I think
ask her
it's
about her
stupid,
ears.
though.
Yeah, it's like it's a Wrathi, right? But it's essentially just a fucking half elf.
Yeah.
but they call them Arathi ears, which the Arathi don't have those ears. The hybrids between the humans and the elves have the ears. So, I mean, because the Arathi were just humans. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like, oh, they live in a big cave underground and they start to turn into bat features, and get like pointy ears.
Are they going to give trolls the ability to look like that one character? And
So I think I saw something, I think in the
look like a bat?
1107 cinematic is going to contain those new like underground, like troll-esque, those that, whatever the race is, I forget what they are.
They're bats. They're like bats.
You're talking about like the
Yeah.
like the druid kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. So they're bringing them in. I'm sure they're going to end up being a new druid race, like at least an allied race of some sort.
They just need to make druids for everybody. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a lot of work though,
Oh, I bet.
to do all the forms and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, yeah,
They could just make a cool base form. Since everybody uses the weird ones anyway, right? Like the Mage Tower ones and the ones for artifacts and stuff like that. And those were all universal. It wasn't different for the other races. So they could just make some cool base ones and give them access to them instead of making them their own unique ones, because most of the time people don't use them anyway. Unless there's some reason for them to, right? Like either they're role playing or they really like dinosaurs, or you know what I mean?
hell yeah. That's why Zandalari trolls are the best, or druids are the best. Dino druids.
Dino
Hell yeah.
druids.
There's another thing coming in January called the Turbulent Timeways. And it says it returns again. I don't remember ever doing anything like that. But it gives you heroic rewards, and then if you master it, you get the Timely Buzzbee Skyriding mount. So I guess there's a new bee mount.
Oh, yay.
Something that is it's not, I don't think this is a complete feature. I think it is a step in the right direction. Something that we have been asking for, but it is not like fully realized just yet, is cross-faction queuing. So they're starting to move towards that, but it's for dungeons and unrated PvP through the group finder, but it does require a full pre-made group to queue. Which, step in the right direction. It's not where it needs to be, because one of the things too, it says that, if people leave, they won't be replaced because it's not in the queue yet. So whatever problems they're having with the back end to allow this kind of stuff, which I don't know, it feels like there really shouldn't be anything like that. It sounds like they're starting to untangle it. So I think there's a small glimmer of hope that's going to be coming sooner rather than later. Maybe 11.1, maybe 11.15 will have just cross-faction queuing, period. Which would be nice to have that, So that way, it would definitely probably shorten queue times. Because now you have a bigger pool.
Does it though?
Why not? I mean, I get it that you're not necessarily increasing the number of tanks or healers and stuff like that. If you're DPS, you could just be increasing the DPS.
Proportionally, yeah.
I don't know if it's a proportionate thing, but I think that, it's not going to hurt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's kind of what's coming up around the bend for that. The 20th anniversary stuff is still going on. There was the Hellforge cycle. So there was that stupid like Mountain Dew Doritos promotion thing, right? Where you could get points and get that like the orange motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
They fucking ran out of it. It was out of stock. Now you tell me how you go out of stock of fucking a digital asset.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's back, so I don't know if it's just like the codes or something like that to do it, but I mean, it's just like, that's insane. That's just kind
That's
of
like codes weren't working, or they just couldn't redeem
you
things.
couldn't redeem it. Like if you went to like the thing on the Mountain Dew page or whatever to like buy it, it was like it's unavailable. It was unavailable.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy for a digital thing.
Certainly nobody was buying it because it fucking tastes good.
Yeah, no, I'm
We
not.
bought the purple one and tried it. It was disgusting. It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, it was just funny because people had bought so much stuff to redeem these codes so they could get the motorcycle mount and all that stuff, and like you just couldn't get the mount. So now they bought all this stuff for something they couldn't get.
Wait, what? They couldn't. No, wait. No, sorry. The mount. One of the people in our guild has the mount for it.
No, that's the secrets one. Oh yeah, no, but there was a point in time where yes, you could redeem your points and get them out, and then at some point in time, you couldn't because it was out of stock or unavailable.
Are you kidding? How does a digital item go out of stock? It happens with Final Fantasy 2. I do not understand it. How does a digital item go out of stock? It's a fucking digital item.
I mean, it's one thing if they have a limited availability, but then the codes shouldn't match. They should match the limited availability. Yeah, that's
Well,
totally...
it's
You can just generate more codes. It's a freaking digital asset. It's not like it's a physical thing that you have to make. It's a digital asset that you can just...
they probably had to wait for Blizzard to generate more codes and give them to them for them to be able to do it, which is stupid because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the point is of not just generating a shit ton of codes.
I do not either. That's my point.
And like, what happens if it gets done? Wow, you
generated extra codes.
You had,
Who cares?
Wow, you have an extra,
Yeah.
300 megs of codes or something like that floating around. You just delete them and they're gone. Unless it's a way to prevent people from like generating it and like hacking it or something. I don't know. I don't get involved. I've never done anything like that.
It's
So
stupid.
I don't know what the
It's the same thing with library books that you get digitally, and you have to pay a license for, and people can only check out one at a time. It's a digital goddamn book.
yes,
Digital.
but the problem with
The only reason it exists is so that way they can sell licenses.
Yeah, because they need to recoup money on the book. Like either a library buys several copies of a book.
Yeah.
Right. And now if they only buy one license, if they only buy one copy of the book, right? Only one person
one person can check it out. It's a fucking digital book. Oh my God. It's so annoying to me. It's a digital book. What are the odds at the library that every person you have that has a library card is going to want to check out that book? So they're going to have lost money on that. You know what I mean? Like
the problem is it's like renting a movie, right? You go to the movie. It's just it's how do you create a digital equivalence of a physical rental system, right? And that's how you do it because that's just how the business is built. If you only ever sell one copy to a whole library system, if you think about the library system and where we live, there's a lot of libraries, right? So you get a couple of licenses like you would have a couple of books in circulation in the library thing, and that's how it is. Otherwise, you could have hundreds of people with it and they only bought one copy of it, and now the people that made the book are...
What are the odds that you are going to have hundreds of people checking out a book?
You cannot say that because that's irrelevant. Because it's not a matter of what will happen, it's what can happen. And it's the same thing with, counterfeiting. It's the same thing with digital current. Anything that you're making a digital version of something, it's like, how do you... It's just like DRM on buying video games, right? It's like you buy if if it was easy to copy video games and stuff like that, you have one person buy it and pass it around, and then the developers, whoever it is, only sold one copy instead of 10. You know, it's that kind of thing. That's all. Yes, I get it. Frustrates you because usually when you want to go get a book, it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yes.
It's frustrating. Stupid libraries.
But back to the point, they should have known that you can't put something in a game like this and just be like, oh, we only made 100,000 codes, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like you're making it rare on purpose.
Final Fantasy runs into this all the time. They've done it on multiple occasions, and they have all of these collaborations with things, you know, boba things and Grubhub and stuff like that, and all these emotes or whatever that they put up on them, and then inevitably you go to buy it, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't have any more codes.
I think the problem with it is that you try to prevent the partner, like in this case, like PepsiCo, or like you said, Grubhub or something like that, from taking leftover ones that haven't been sold and then like selling them for a higher price after the thing is over.
Yeah, but that's you do your own, that's your own security measures. That's, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's
Look.
It's so
Anyway,
ah.
they finally solved the secret in game to get the in game one.
Oh, well,
which was like, I don't know, like there's 9. It's sitting in a room with a bunch of torches around it, and I think like 11 or 12 torches, and like they're like security things, so you have to like do clues to unlock them. And I think after the 9th one, you get the item, but there's still a couple of them left that haven't been solved yet, as far as like the secret finder stuff is. And I feel like I haven't looked into any of it, but that's available now, so you can find steps and walkthroughs on how to get it now. So
funny.
That's been solved.
I don't know.
It's better looking than the red one.
You would think that those promotions, given how bad they go, people would stop doing them. You know?
It's not that it went bad, I guess.
They didn't have...
They got more.
Yeah.
It's not like they said, oh, well, that's it. It's over. It's done with. It doesn't matter how much stuff is out there left over. No, they got more. You can get, it's back in stock or whatever, so to speak. So like it wasn't like, you know, they just said, well, that was it. It was a limited time only. I mean, it's a limited time only for sure, but it's not a limited stock during that time. You know, it's not like they only made 100,000. It's just like the first 100,000 people get the damn thing, and which would be kind of ridiculous when you have a game that still probably at least has 1 million players.
Yeah.
At least. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
No, but they added, so the anniversary stuff's still going on. Kind of got old after a while. The only thing that's really useful in it now is the time walking dungeons, because they give you more experience than regular dungeons, and you can level up in like a couple hours from like 70 to 80 pretty quick. I'm working on like my 10th level 80 now. It's kind of ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
I still got Death Knights to do, so but yeah, no, I finally got my groove in with the my Resto Shaman. Like I had first kind of started, and it wasn't really kind of jiving, but it's changed up a few talents and stuff like that, and it's going pretty good. I like it. Kind of felt, you know, good about it. That and disc healing is still pretty fun. So I think disc healing is a bit scarier because you can get into a hole and it's hard to get out of it. People are taking damage when they shouldn't be. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else is going on. They made some changes, so some stuff's coming up with next week with the as far as mythic dungeons and stuff. Like the crest limit, I think, is going away, and they're changing some of the tracks and how things are acquired.
Oh no.
No, like it's better than it was.
Can we actually get mythic stuff?
But I don't know what the mythic. Let's see, crest type. It's still from 8s, but I think you get more dropped. With a expired timer than it was.
Mm.
I think they increased what they get, plus they've reduced the amount it costs to buy higher ones.
I still don't think a key should deplete. Like, if you don't make it, you don't make it. But, I don't think it should. It should deplete.
Yeah, so what they did was essentially... Yeah, they're upping, I think, what you get for failing, so it doesn't feel like, they're trying to do that, and this is going to go forward into, like, the drops, at least, into the next season. So, like, and there shouldn't be fucking caps. You should just be able to grind it as you want. But, because who gives a fuck about leaderboards and stuff like that?
Amen.
Like, let the people that want to have their E-Pins stroked and do their shit. And no, like seriously, it's like why cap it? If somebody wants to sit there and just farm a bunch, I mean, I guess the only thing is that it could affect like the raid races, like the world first stuff. But again, that's not even a sanctioned thing. Fuck it. But I guess I don't know. Like, scale the fucking raid. That's how you do it. You just scale mythic raid so that everybody's on the same playing field. You scale the players to the same armor levels and stuff like that. Maybe. I don't know.
Play a different game.
Oh, yeah. I just saw the name of the motorcycle that's in the one that's the secret. Its name is Incognitro.
Mm.
I think it's fine. Be quiet.
I think they look stupid. So
Really, I kind of like them. I
What
think
does it look like?
it looks. Let's see. Looks like this.
Oh,
It's like very fell looking.
yeah. Very
they weren't,
Legion-y.
Yeah, very Legion.
They weren't targeting. They weren't targeting somebody like me, so that's okay.
I mean, it's better than the fucking Jesus Christ. I logged in and I looked at the fucking December trading post stuff.
Oh no, what is
Oh,
it? Oh, I don't
no.
think I even did
And-
November's. Whoops.
And I said, "What the fuck is this? Fortnite?"
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
Really?
they've had some of the stuff. Well, they got the candy cane swords, and they got the big
Yeah.
two-handed hammer that's just a present on a stick. And I'm just like, the fuck is this garbage? Get this shit out of here. I don't want fucking squirt guns. I don't want candy cane swords. This isn't
Preach.
This isn't
Preach.
This isn't Guild Wars
Preach.
2. This isn't Fortnite. It's like, get this goofy shit out of there.
Yeah.
Bring this back to high fantasy. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Yep.
F it right in the A.
That's right.
Right. Yes.
I can't stand it. I do see the present hammer. Was
It
that
was-
already in before?
I don't know if that one was or not. It's not a returning item.
They got ear buffs too. Oh,
I mean-
that's so cute.
I mean, earbuffs kind of make sense. It gets cold. I mean, I can see some things, but a present on a stick. Like, I looked at it and I had to like double check what game I was fucking playing for a second.
Yeah.
It's just like, are you kidding?
Yep.
Yeah, it's.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get
It's
it.
getting worse and worse.
I think it's going to. I think that's just the way the
Cookie crumbles.
well, that's just
What?
the way the gaming community is heading. Like, you're getting people you're trying to attract people into this that are used to like games that give you skins. Like Overwatch 2 has all that shit. Any of those fucking games have all that stuff. the goofy skins and all that stuff, or the weapon
Yeah.
skins and stuff like that. COD, Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean they all have a common payment model though that supports something like that. Like
Well, I mean,
this game does not. It is quite the fucking opposite. Like
sure, and you're not buying it. But you're earning it. You don't have to pay for them. So I mean,
I know, but like I don't know. It's all the same thing. Like we're so bored with what we have to make something that generates people's interest, right?
Yeah.
And just forego any potential of the, you know what I mean? Or not potential. The potential's already been realized for the lore and the game itself. Like forego all that to keep people's attention in different ways.
Yeah,
It's such a, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. It's a sellout, cop out type of thing. It's just gross. And
Yeah.
Fortnite and all that garbage, like I'm sorry, like even playing that, some of that shit's like super gross and goofy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. Like if I'm playing in the shooting game, right? It's still a game, I get it. But there's a certain level of like, you know, stealth and adaptation and strategy to some extent that I want to utilize, and then you know somebody with a banana suit pops out with a banana hammer, you know, or a banana gun, or you know, and it's like I just
or banana phone.
I was just gonna say ring, 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 banana phone.
It's definitely my opinion.
No,
And I know
I
people
get
enjoy
it.
stuff.
I
but-
get it. You do not have to. I understand. Like I look at games like Fortnite. It's just like whatever. Just jump and do stupid shit. I don't care what
Yeah.
people look like because
Well, even Call of Duty though. Call of Duty I absolutely hate because they do such a great job on the modeling, right? The modeling, even just the full setup, like obviously like in the real world, any part of any military where you would look that badass, like it's less than 0.1% of the entire military, between regular military and special operations. Like people don't just look like that. You're not even allowed to look like that in the regular army, right? Where you still do the same thing. So, but the reality is they get a lot of that stuff right, which is really cool. But then they put sprinkle pink paint all over guns and shit, and you know, and it's like any potential. If you go back and look at the history of Call of Duty and where it came from with the World War 1, 2 games that they had on
like World
PlayStation
at
and
War
stuff,
or whatever. Yeah.
dude, it's just it has gone into this. It's all the same though. Like it all just goes into this sellout bin or whatever, you know. And so I don't know. It's just
Well, I mean that's why you play Arma, right? For real.
I play what?
Arma.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's like games start out like pretty good. Like it's the games that are like that are like competitive or whatever, and it's just like they you know, it's cool and stuff like that, and then but like if it doesn't hit that freaking dopamine response and it doesn't fucking, you know, if it's not flashy, it don't keep your attention, and it's unfortunate, and that's just because that's that generation coming up that wants that instant gratification and flashy shit, and it doesn't matter what the content is. It matters is that they look like they're really good. You know, it's like, look at me,
Yeah.
I got the Hello Kitty gun or whatever. You know, it's super rare.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean,
Oh, that's like WoW though, right? We're in a subscription model. I get that there's this thing that you earn once a month and then buy shit with, but you also can just play the game and get gold and then buy that instead. But the problem is they can't control those economies, and so like then it's all upside down anyways.
yeah, if you were to put that so that there was either like a gold conversion or something like that, like Guild Wars 2 kind of has that. They have currency exchanges and stuff like that. So like you can buy gems to buy stuff from the in-game shop, right? But you can also convert gems into gold or gold into gems. So like you can earn gold in the game to buy gems to buy stuff from the shop, or you can buy gems to transfer to gold to buy other things that you can't buy on the shop and stuff like that. But the stuff that you buy is usually either crafting materials and like the rates fluctuate crazily. You know, sometimes you can get it's but like that's like the economy there. And Guild Wars always had its own like economy type thing with like farming and stuff like that. So I don't know. But most of the stuff you get off the shop are just like,
yeah, I mean it's just, I don't know, it's annoying. It's just kind of annoying, that's all. I mean, it's if you
I
take a
get
look at what the monthly tender thing trading post is, like you could really piece apart, you know, rep grinding and stuff like that, and like you could still get the same thing, right? Different variations from different reps, but you could grind it out the game way instead of waiting for your monthly tendies. And you know, that whole system could just turn into like a veteran system. The more that your account's active or whatever, like, you know, this is in the mail once a month or something. Like,
they kind of
I
do
don't
that
know.
with like the 6
They
month
just
subs and
they
stuff.
did it in such a weird way, and then what it created was this pocket of where they have to, you know, create the keep coming back sensation, that dopamine sensation or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Which leads to, I don't know, gross stuff. I guess, I don't know.
Gross stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason. Like, oh, well, they're not going to add, you know, nice gear to it.
They've added nice gear to it.
More often than not, they don't though, or
Yeah,
it's
it's
rehashed stuff.
more-
Like, it's not like
yeah.
It's reskins and stuff, but like some of like the weapons and stuff are pretty cool and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. I'm
I
less
said
inclined.
some.
I'm less inclined to get the weapons, more inclined to get the gear.
Yeah, gear and mounts and pets is usually what I kind of just try to save up for.
Well, I say the mounts always feel like they're mandatory to get. Like, if you're collecting or whatever, like, or you just have,
Yeah.
you know, the off chance that it's there.
Oh my!
You got to get the mount. Like,
What's this A&M? Stop.
I don't know. You know, it's Wanigans.
No, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'll just kind of fizzle out.
It won't. It won't. It's gonna get worse.
But I mean, but maybe if you know, here's the
Well,
problem.
I don't have to use it, Jim. I don't
No.
have to use it. I don't have to play the game, Jim.
Let me tell you what the problem is that we haven't been making enough episodes complaining about it for them to listen to affect our changes. We've been
Yeah, that's
slacking in
true.
our duty
That
to
is
the
true.
community as a whole to provide Blizzard with the roadmap for what they actually need to implement.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
So again,
We're terrible.
when you're listening to this, Ian, don't fuck up player housing.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Please don't fuck it up because
Please.
yeah,
They will. God, they're
I know
gonna fuck
they
it up so
will.
bad.
I know they will. I'm so
They
upset.
have a whole team dedicated to housing, and it's
gonna be all fucked up.
a bunch of people that probably have never even played a game with housing in it.
Yep.
Well, and that's the
Let's
problem.
charge for every time they want to play something.
house. You put up walls and jump on top and shoot people. Well,
Let's make it so you have to
what
use
we wanna do-
currency every time you want to place an item, right? So you need to have
Like
currency
transmog.
to place that. Yes. You know, like it'll be some.
I saw something. It was a data mine survey that was translated about a potential new classes, and there was something like Bard, Gunner. What else? There's a couple other ones that were just kind of like weird. Like, I really hope we don't get like a Gunner class.
hot dog vendor. What else?
I think if they put in a profession for like architect, and you could have like people like learn recipes and build stuff, and you could have them come out and like do renovations on your house, that would be kind of a cool like economy type thing.
would be great, but it definitely doesn't fit the model for a while. That's for sure.
Why not? You got Gazlow. He builds shit. He built the garrison.
They can never match the Star Wars Galaxies
Nope.
economy of building and everything.
Well,
So
that whole game had a pretty good economy system because it was all player run. And if there was no,
It was.
if there was
the
no,
rest of the game was shit, but like,
if there was no demand for something, you went and you did something else, and it's like that's how a real economy.
if there was
should
no
work.
demand for something, you were grinding every skill possible to get your holocron to potentially open up a Jedi.
Yeah, and then they just gave it
Terrible.
to everybody.
Then they just gave it to everybody.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
which that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think there's really much else. I think maybe next week we might have a little bit, or I'll probably have some impressions on the new patch content because I'll probably be playing it. I don't know.
I'm taking off for 3 weeks starting Monday, so I'll be.
Yeah, I think I got like 2 weeks off the following week. So
I'll be playing.
Oh, good. Well, then maybe we can somehow talk Kristen into playing too, and maybe have 3 informed opinions about it instead of me telling people stuff.
But we're unopinionated players. No, we're opinionated players.
We are
Damn it, I
opinionated
messed
players.
it all up. Shh.
Well, right now
Cut that out.
you're opinionated, but it's just based on what I tell you. And
I
how
don't really
and
have
how
an
you feel
opinion
about it. You have opinions. Shut
about
your mouth.
my opinions.
If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. It's good to be back.
You're
It's
welcome.
good-
Sorry.
It's good to get together and chat about things, even if it doesn't really feel like a lot's going on, but a lot has. So, yeah, you can check us out at serverrestartin.com, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.